I am your death, Silverclaw. Time you paid what's due. I am the fate you choose.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Prepare yourself!
Hurts, doesn't it? Glory is mine!
am death and light.
Come hang from your father's shield. Let him lift you on his shoulders.
My father?
I've spotted something.
Nice.
a trap.
These skulls crumble to dust after one use.
The stone gargoyle swivels upon the wall to glare at you. Stone eyelids scrape over agate eyes as it blinks and glares at you.
Stranger, you enter topsy-turvy. No matter. Enter. Do not enter. All the same to me. You may stay forever. Each lock opens only with a soul. And how many of those does one mortal have? Maybe you'll find some in the garden. Or maybe your soul will help the next adventurer through. They always do.
Stern eyes and a sterner face stare into your very soul. Under the inescapable gaze, you begin to shiver uncontrollably.
Another crawling rat, tracking your stinking paws beneath my nose. Vermin are not tolerated in my house. Begone! Do not doubt my power. I merely wish you gone. You are gone. Begone!
Look out. I see a trap nearby.
The gargoyle stirs, the dust of millennia drifting from its pocked wings.
Many have come this way. Few have survived. I invite you to join them.
Careful. I spotted a trap. Careful. I spotted a trap. Look out. I see a trap nearby. Another skull crumbled to bits.
Careful now, that's a trap. Careful, I've spotted a trap.
Look out. I see a trap nearby.
You look lost. Also, you look slightly evil. And you look kinda dangerous, so I immediately wish I hadn't just called you evil. Don't hurt me. I can't help myself. It's a curse, or possibly a reorganisation of the string inside me brain. I'm only able to tell the truth, and I can't stop telling the truth. All the time. Absolutely all the time. It's hell on dirt, mate. Try making friends when you can't lie to them. Try having a lover for anything longer than an hour. Do I look good? I stepped in something? Do I smell? Did you like the apple I found you? And what do I say? You look terrible. You stink. Your apple was rotten. It's awful. I'll tell you everything I know.
The rat gives you an eager look, then wavers.
Except, I don't know anything at all. I was in a hole, and then I woke up here like this. I remember a strange flower and the voice of a witch. But I think I was dreaming. Yes, I think you can, yes. A short, sharp shock of something magical will untangle the wool in my head, and I'll be free to lie all I want. I'd rather hoped you know the answer to that. It's your power to wield, after all. I have faith in you, for all your many manifest flaws. Oh, thank you! Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! You're not as mean as you look stupid.
It closes its eyes, still...
Careful. I've spotted a trap. Look out. I see a trap nearby.
A purple barrier hums as you approach, sealing a chest inside a circle of ancient stones. An unseen force tears at your shoulder. It yanks harder and harder, trying to rip the arm out of its socket. Your mouth tastes like salt and ash. Dark energy surges across your body, eager to punish your greed.
smell burning. Are those pigs on fire?
Put it out! Put it out!
The pig is engulfed in flames, but her skin remains unsinged.
Does it matter? I beg you, help! You aren't sure? How do I know it won't worsen the torment? How do I know you know anything at all? Okay, but I don't think... Yes, I have endured this for long. I can't endure longer. But please, please ease this burden it is doing of Brachus Rex. Kings will always come to see themselves as gods. I should never have spoken ill of him. Many ages ago, we dared warn of Brachus Rex's gluttonous cruelties. We paid the price with these poor kind bodies and the curse of eternal flames. This excruciating existence between life and death is proof enough of that. I have begged for absolution. None comes. Bring it to an end. I will trust you with this. But please.
Countless more of the great Acorn's monsters!
you. It is you. Ifan, Sword of Lucian, failure of the divine vermin.
Prepare yourself.
To the dark.
I'm ready. I'll yield to none.
You are vermin. You will be cast out.
I'm ready! Hurts, doesn't it?
Right where I want you. Prepare yourself.
Don't be a stranger to your father. Or worse.
Is that a threat?
Meet your maker.
In the battle's aftermath, you suddenly realize the Voidwoken called out your name.
Oh, it was nothing. Perhaps they meant a different Fane.
I'm at my critical mass of demons. Next time one of those things starts talking, I'll stomp it out before it can get my name past its mandibles.
The Void plays tricks. I pay them no heed.
Your gaze wanders over the solemn stone face that overlooks the shore. For the briefest of moments, it seems as if its eyes come alive and lock with yours. The eyes, stone grey, turn pale green. They mesmerize, then enchain, then lure you in.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
Quackus, where are we? No leaves, no trees, no soil. This is horrific!
The ethereal figure before you raises the visor of his highly polished helm. Beneath it, his handsome face is weary, yet his eyes burn fierce and bright. He glowers at you with disgust.
You pray at my shrines? You, my most wayward cub?
He spits over his shoulder, folding thick arms across his steel-bound chest.
You don't recall me, do you? I am Ralik, prime among the seven, and father of all humans. Father of you. I preferred you as a child, pious and devout, remember? I called you to follow me, and so you did.
Ralik gazes at your upright form, a contemptuous frown creasing his face.
Look at you now. My child, a killer for hire. You can't hide. I see the dead who whisper your name as they pass the threshold of the halls of echoes. And who's to blame? I hold anger towards the divine myself. I could tell you stories about Lucian that would turn your muzzle white, little wolf. Yet you choose to follow him. Lucian didn't make you into a mercenary, but nor did Lucian make you refuse to kill that elf in Fort Joy. Oh yes, I know about that. You're a paradox, Ifan. And who's responsible?
He stares deeply into your eyes. As you gaze into his deep green eyes, you feel your whole consciousness following. You notice every shade of stone within, from iridescent emerald to flecks of grey. The verdant pools encompass you. There is nothing else, nothing but Ralik's eyes. Suddenly, a vision coalesces. You see yourself, the bright and zealous crusader you once were. You are breathless, scouting through deep forest. You are racing with a message of utmost importance for the elven people. You make it to civilization. Too late. An explosion devastates the beating heart of the elven city. Ancestor trees thud to earth, strong trunks crack even louder than the horrified screams. A fetid miasma pulls the air. Gasping on the fumes, you are dragged to safety by a wolf who appears out of nowhere. He pulls you free, clawing an elven woman who gets in your way. She collapses, wheezing under the choking dust. She clutches your ankle with her hand, grip tight as a vice. As you reach down to help, her hand falls away, lifeless. Through the haze, the death fog, you see her dead eyes, black and staring. Through her lifeless eyes you fall. You see them, Legion. The thousands slain that day, those you were too late to save. The hundreds slain by your own hand since then, mountains of corpses and rivers of blood. You see the motherless children left behind, the scarred slaves sold to the highest bidder. Choices you made, contracts you took. The army of the lost gaze at you silently, their loathing and reproach palpable. Encased in pitch black of deadest night, you know not which way is up and which way down. Vertigo spins your senses as you see the consequences of each choice you made, one damning choice after another. The guilt you tried to escape from lies here, bare, throbbing. It was waiting for you here all along, in this filthy chamber at the base of your rotten heart. Your pain pulses, ebbs and flows, undamned. You widen your eyes, striving to see further, but a stinging slap drags you back to reality. Rallick stands before you, gimlet eyes hard now. He slaps you again, harder.
Pity won't bring them back. Nothing can bring them back. But you can yet come back yourself. Long ago, you turned your face away from all that is light. Turned back to me, and you could yet save others. Could save all.
Rallick slaps you again, full force. He stares into your eyes with challenge. Rallick closes the distance between you in a flash. Rallick punches you full in the face. You feel a familiar sensation as the delicate bones of your oft-broken nose give way. He catches your arm in one vice-like fist and dangles you above the ground. He laughs and shakes you like a rag doll. You feel rage surge within you, barely containable. Feel it electrifying the blood in your veins, pumping through you. You feel like yourself. Rallick smirks and releases you.
That's it, Ben Mesd! That fierce spark of zeal is why I chose you, why I saved you from that sinking ship. You tried to hide it behind apathy, but the light shines through. Embrace who you really are. Why did you become a crusader in the first place? You heard my call, not Lucian's. So fight for me. I need you. The Seven didn't abandon Rivlon. We are trapped here, powerless and squabbling. You, ruthless son of humanity, you will be my champion in the world. You are my God-woken. I will grant you my blessing, fierce wolf. It will aid you on the path out of this place. And then, we will have words again.
Rallick steps towards you, sorrow of face and bearing. He raises his right hand and presses it upon your heart. A surge of warmth and well-being rushes through you.
You may have noticed I've tried to help you on your journey. I blessed the water beneath your feet so that it would aid you. Now, you have the power for yourself. And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. Only one like you can wield them. Now go, God-woken. Go with my blessing. Let it remind you always of who you are. You did not ask, but you received. Not all boons are prayed for. Not all curses are deserved. In time, I will ask more of you. But now, your goal is simple. Survive. Escape the grasp of those who would imprison you, who would break you, who would limit your true potential. My child, you and you alone must rise above the reach of minor people. But before you lope away, let me ask. You are traveling with company, yes? Be aware, they are not your friends. They are your rivals. They are God-woken too. But you are the one who will be a god, none other. Keep your claws sharpened and your eyes bright and keen. See everything from two sides. Take the wolf that saved you, that follows you so dutifully. Watch him. The wildest animals often turn and bite the hand that feeds them. Oh, and Losa. That pretty little one you think of at night. Kill her now. And be done with it. Until we meet again, my child.
Sibyl is pensively tracing a new name on her arm. Gilded letters in an ancient alphabet.
Sibyl. My own name. A little gift from Tirsen Dilius. Leave it to a god to be overly dramatic. Must be a celestial party game, Or maybe he wanted to teach me a lesson. If the latter, he has much to learn.
Blessed branches, we've returned. Every second we spent in that hellish place was a second the great acorn drew closer. Interesting? You thought it was interesting, Quercus? Do you know what's interesting? Watching an entire world be strangled by the roots of doom, seeing the giant races fall like leaves in frost, hearing the screams of... I don't know what you're talking about. I am perfectly calm. Anyway, as interesting as that cold hellscape might have been, it does not solve our problem. We are here to stop the great acorn, not hide from it. It's already helping more than it knows, Quercus. The fate of the world depends on our ability to research a spell to protect Rivellon. We need to travel across the land, gathering clues, experimenting with different magics, and come up with a spell to shield Rivellon from its doom. Of course, for us to do that, we must avoid being eaten by the servants of the Great Acorn. And that is where our big, foolhardy shield comes in. Quercus! Quercus! It thinks it can use magic at our level. I don't know if that's adorable or just sad. No, I am not going to share our magic with it. I don't care how much you like it, Quercus. Very well, I cannot give it magic, but I can teach it how to forge one spell, if it will keep you happy. One.
The squirrel reaches out, touching your foot with a delicate paw, and you feel your mind open. You can see the forces of magic and see how to combine them in a new way.
There. Maybe now your pet will have a fighting chance. Yes, yes, you're welcome. But can we please get on and save the world now?
I must say, I was hoping to enjoy a smug advantage over everyone else. Lacking skin may make me a target for mortals, but I am mercifully immune to mosquitoes. However, they are infuriating when they get in one's skull. I can barely hear myself think. I fell victim to the enemy of all great minds. Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of change. These are the things that poison civilizations. I was on the cusp of a glorious breakthrough, but my king's fear held me back. I discovered a veil hanging across the universe. A barrier of pure source. It was amazing. The kind of discovery on which a civilization turns. Who knows what secrets may have been hidden behind that curtain? But my king forbade me from further investigation. Do you know, I never thought to ask, between him purging me and casting me into a traitor's tomb. What a foolish oversight! If only I'd had your prescience and curiosity, I could have saved myself centuries of pondering that very question. Well, certainly he was not pleased with my insistence that we investigate, but the king's word is law. was law. But the reason I was purged was slightly less intellectual. After the king refused to let me investigate the Veil, I brought the issue up with others, the Seven Lords. Beneath the king in authority, but far above me. I brought them my research. I showed them everything. I had hoped they would help me convince the king of his error, but before they or I could act, I was arrested and, well, my sentence was carried out. I mean, yes, I suppose you could have drained the power from it, but that would have weakened it significantly. It would be quite irresponsible. After all, the power of the thing is not the point. It hid something. Who knows what that might have been? The secrets to the universe could have lain behind that curtain. But I was not given the chance to find out. Now, I fear I never will. He ceased to be my king the moment he turned on me. I did nothing wrong. All I wanted was to further the knowledge of the Eternals. Who knows? Had I been allowed to continue my studies, perhaps I could have warded off whatever catastrophe befell them. Well, of course it is. It was crafted with care. 100% ethically harvested from mortals, too. The quality is second to none. Oh, you simply wait until the creature is dead, preferably of natural causes. Although that does limit your choices somewhat. You may end up with quite a few sagging faces. I will never understand why you have so readily accepted aging, or digestion. They are frightful pastimes. Up to a point, certainly. They are frightfully loud. But the selection afterwards is quite good. The faces are often what you might call fixer-uppers. But they're young and quite serviceable, if you get them before the flies do. Poison is preferred, of course. No marks to the face, the subject can be of any age, and death is often quite peaceful. Not for them, of course, but it's significantly more relaxing for me. Indeed, so I gathered from your earlier prattling. I also met someone. Oh no, she was a god, by your standards. When I wore flesh, I knew her as the Lady Armadia. She was one of the 7 lords that served our king. Oh no, they're quite gone. The 7 seem to be all that remains. And they... well, I'm not sure what they are. Not quite gods, but not quite Eternals. No. They are something else entirely. Naturally, they acted as any lords would. They bowed to their king and sneered at their lessers. And there was an awful lot of sneering, even back then. One can only imagine how much there is now. Oh, what do you want from me? I'm not here to gossip and titter about my lords. If you wish to know what they were like, you need only to look at yourselves. Each of the races were crafted not just in the image of their gods, but in their temperament too. Vrogir was large and strong as his orcs. Zantezza quick and witty as an imp. And Ralek prone to bouts of fighting and boasting, much like every human I've ever encountered. You were crafted as an act of ego, but one can hardly hold that against the creatures. In truth, the lords never troubled themselves with too much imagination. Yes, well, if you are quite finished wasting my time, I believe we have some business to get on with. What would I do? Oh, dear heart, it is not a question of would. It is a question of what will I do. It is only fitting, after all. You worshipped the Eternals as gods. Why not follow one as divine? The Lady Armadia has laid out the plight of the world and begged me to help fix it. It is a grave responsibility, but one that I gladly accept. Yes, and how is that working out, I wonder? Perhaps if your precious Lucian had been a little less mortal, you would still have a divine, and the Voidwoken would not be trying to chew on my bones. Honestly, you turn your back for just a few millennia, and the world goes to stink.
The skeleton stands quietly for a moment.
I'm not sure. Centuries in a tomb can warp one's memory. I remember the big things, of course. My library, my home, my king, my family. But the rest, it's all covered in a fog. And the more I see of this world, the thicker that fog seems to get. Once I would have boasted that it was the best form of government. Indeed, it was the only form of government we knew. Living forever under the rule of a wise king is one thing. But if that king should turn into a despot, if he should reject philosophy and the natural arts for the sake of power, well, I cannot imagine a worse torture. I was a scholar, researching the secrets of the universe. Had I been allowed to proceed, my people could have ascended to godhood as one, an entire race of deities. With a perfect understanding of the universe, it would have solved all of our problems. Indeed, you cannot. Nothing in this world compares to it. We crafted our homes from stone and crystal, using the power of the universe itself to keep them in place. Your people, on the other hand, seem quite content to sit about in smoky hovels, held together by straw and filth. It's a mercy I don't have a nose. I cannot imagine how you stand it. They came rather low in my life, alas. My wife and daughter always had to compete with my work for my attention, and my work was always stiff competition. They were often neglected. I wonder how many more years they spent neglected before, well, before whatever happened, happened. Given enough time, I could walk from this island to the shore. But time is in short supply. I must procure a quick way off this island, and that means procuring a ship. Perhaps these seekers would know more. I imagine they are quite keen to leave, too.
I can hear you. Captain, is that you? Captain, is that you? Where is everybody?
A young magister tenderly fingers 2 fresh gashes across his eyes and face. His fingertips hesitate over his closed eyelids. He's been blinded. At your approach, he spins to face you and readies his shield.
Stop! Stop! Who goes there?
He raises his sword.
State your name! Now! Wolf! I don't know any wolf! Tell me the truth! Who are you? I'm sorry, I can't see anything! I feel like a sheep in a wolf's den. So, how much did you hear back at the fort? I don't know how it all went so wrong so fast. We came to get the purging wands from Brachus's old armory. Loaded up the last of them without any trouble. The cart was good going, but we hit a snag. Those bloody skeletons had laid a trap for us. They turned the cart, pulled us out by our hair. We lost Faray. Landon and I beat the rest back, but not before one of them got me across the ice. Sure, yeah, go ahead. How bad is it?
He pauses for a moment, then gently takes your hand from his cheek, holds it a moment, and drops it.
I should see a healer. Maybe there's still time. You can watch the cart, right? We can't leave it here. It's very important.
He reaches out and feels for your shoulder. He shakes it twice, then reaches up and pats your cheek, probably a little harder than he means to.
Thank you. I can get myself back to the fort fine. After all these expeditions, I know the way well enough. Thank you.
You are an abomination, a crucified figure blazing with sauce. You hear screams, and then the scent of charred flesh. The menacing skeletal guardian looks at you wearily, then yawns.
So you dare defy the will of Brachus Rex. Prepare to be destroyed, and so on and so forth. Let's get this over with. I've enthusiasm for putting you back in the ground, so I can return to my rest. I hope this brings the discussion to an end. I don't like being roused from slumber, only to be greeted by such banality. I was raised immediately after my death. I never had the chance to see what wonders await the true dead. In a few moments, I dare say you will discover that information firsthand.
She moans impatiently and taps her bony foot.
Yes, I know he's dead. I am still obligated to perform his wishes. He may not live, but the threat of his curse hangs over me.
She heaves a great sigh.
Finally.
Glory is mine! Hurts, doesn't it?
At last, the fire is quenched. Thank you. At last, the fire is quenched. Thank you. The flames are extinguished. Thank you.
Phew.
It was madness! Big fire boom, lightning crash! One moment, sun! The next, I feel darkness inside me, then noise! So much noise! Clank, moan, clink! I hid in a stump. I'm not a stupid squirrel. I have much stowed away for hard times. But I saw them! I saw the shinies! Not fun! Loud! Fire and steel! Crash, bash, boom, splat! It was warm, then it was cold, no one left, just salamanders. They liked the meat, but I saw the shinies. 4 of them, round. Darkness left, then light again. Warm, saw glints in sand and dirt. Yay! Okay. I hope you find shinies. They make happy.
Sir Gareth, did you find any sign of him? Please, keep looking. Our lives depend on it. Yours as well, I'd wager.
Moons in the sky. The 7 watch o'er us. You're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams.
Wished, bonny barn,
Echoes of
now
death.
don't you cry.
Gareth,
The birds are asleep,
he's come back.
the moon's in the sky. The 7 watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
And protect your humble servant.
As soon as all our wounded are healed, we'll need to search for the defenses Gareth left to find. But for now, we owe it to our own to ease their pain.
May you always walk in wisdom's wake, the flower-strewn path of Amadia.
Arthur's axe looks serviceable.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth!
By Armadia's grace, what did you do? This is incredible. In all my years, I've never seen the goddess bestow her blessing on someone. I am humbled to be in your presence. Perhaps once, when the 7 gods were still strong. But it has been many years since this was anything other than a pond for me to pray at. Armadia's strength waned when the divine Lucian accepted the power of the 7. This is most unusual. Truly, we are blessed to know you. If Armadia favors you, that is all I need to know. Go in peace, brother.
Make us down. No, no. We don't have the time. Think, damn it. Gareth would know what to do.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death.
Wisht, bonny bairn, now don't you cry.
Gareth!
The
Please
birds
come
are
back.
asleep, the moon's in the sky. The 7 watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
If I had forge, I could do something. Maybe. This is ruin.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth! Please come back.
And what might that be? Gareth? North of here, nothing in this land can counter. Walk ever. Please, Armadia, bless and protect your humble servant.
Wisht, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
Smoke and screams.
The 7 watch o'er
Echoes of
us,
death.
you're safe in bed.
Gareth!
So close your sweet
Please come
eyes
back.
and rest your wee head.
Please, Armadia, bless and protect your humble servant.
Wisht, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
Please, Armadia,
The
bless
7 watch
and
o'er us,
protect your
you're safe
humble
in bed.
servant.
Smoke
So
and
close your
screams.
sweet eyes and rest
Echoes
your
of
wee
death.
head.
Gareth! Please come back.
Please, Armadia, bless and
Wisht, bonny
protect your
bairn,
humble
now don't
servant.
you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The 7 watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Please, Amadi. Blessings be. What can I do for you, honored one?
Wished, bonny barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep.
Gareth, north of nothing in this land can counter the walk ever.
So close your sweet eyes and rest.
Water, please. Water.
Oh, that mark. What's a disfigured slave doing in my lair? Come on, slave. Show me your... tits. Ha! How funny that you'd think I'd answer to a lizard's pet. That's what your scar means, doesn't it? You do tricks on command and sleep in a kennel, isn't that right? Why don't you bark for me, elf? Go on. Bark. I don't fear dogs. Why don't you bark for me, elf? Go on. Bark. You're embarrassing yourself. Leave before you hurt yourself, too. Oh, look at you. Tell me, do you always slink around with the air of a child caught drawing naughty pictures in church? What are you so afraid of, lad? Daddy's belt? Or is it Daddy's... pecker? Oh, I really don't feel like... Give them my regards. Ha! Give them my regard. You're embarrassed. Here today, gone tomorrow.
An illusion.
Life's a dream.
This fellow must be quite proud of himself. Clever.
Didn't I tell you to leave? Wasn't I clear that you're not welcome here? You can't teach a fool anything.
Worms take you.
That was even easier than I thought.
What a fool you are. In what world does treasure simply appear from on high?
That was easy.
Look out.
Careful now,
Trap
that's a
nearby.
trap.
Look out.
Look out!
I see a
I
trap
see a
nearby.
trap nearby.
And you thought Rivellon was flat?
What? Well, it takes one to know one, mate. It's a riddle, innit? A conundrum. What's it you'll have to solve? I thought you looked clueless, alright? Thing is, it's about the letters, innit? One for each thing. Easy. Yeah, sure. Hope you don't die. Well, nice to meet you too. Rude.
You come to find. You come to search. But you won't find the way. A pity. Brachus has willed it. Trompdoi must abide. You have met the unfortunate guardian of this vault. Judge him with a forgiving heart. Fate has been unkind to him. Do you wish to move forward? Listen closely and make your attempt. Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving, very, very awful fellow. Some even call him a cur. A cur is... You know nothing. Guess again. Listen closely. Brachus is a bloody, rotten, thieving... Either you're very good at guessing, or the slightest bit clever. Let's listen closely and make your attempt. Source is a scourge, a devil, a misery, a blight, a hex, a curse. And yet, the cure is... Fool! You are unequal to...
Slowly, gravely. Slowly, gravely.
You come to find. You come to Brachus. Judge him with a forgiving heart. Do you wish to move? Listen close. Brachus is a bloody, rotten thief. You know nothing. Guess again. Listen closely. Brachus is a bloody, rotten... Either you're very good at guessing. Listen closely. Source is a scourge, a devil, a misery, a blight. Perhaps you're not totally incapable after all. It doesn't matter in any case. The path is open. I know little, but you have proven yourself a knowing traveler. I will answer what I can. Brachus Rex discovered the way. This he researched here, upon this isle. He could remove the source from any creature or individual. I saw the stars he used myself. They were most impressive. Brachus Rex has charged him, tried him, convicted and punished him. I know not the crime, but he has been sentenced to remain in this vault for all time and to prevent others from entering. Trompdoi was, and is, a creative man. He knew petty magic in his day, but this he has used to carve this place out from a simple vault, myself included.
Open your eyes. Time to die.
As you pick up the ring, you feel a cold, dark pain shoot up your arm. Your mind itches. You don't hear, but feel a whisper in your ear. It tells you to slip the ring onto your finger.
The ring just got tighter. A lot tighter. Bloody ring. It's loose. Get off me. And stay off. That's plenty. Look at that wand. It hums with inner source. Good find.
You made it all this way. I'm sorry.
He trembles and seems to shudder with a quiet sob.
I'm cursed, you know. Bloody Brachus bound me here to protect his vault. He has my soul in that jar just there, and I can't leave without it. As long as the jar stays unbroken, I can never truly die. I don't rightly know. This was the Source King's way. Befriend you, then destroy you. I was a fool to expect I'd be an exception. His favor was intoxicating. That's no excuse, but it is the reason. Really? You would?
He drops to his knees before you and grabs onto your feet with both hands, head hanging.
Thank you.
Good find. Good find. Lucky find. Good find. Nice.
The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism.
Your eyes brim with inquiry, so ask. Unless you love the idea of a life knee-deep in swamp water, I suggest we look for a ship. You don't say. I too had the pleasure. Of course, when I say pleasure, I mean the distinct dishonor. Like death and desperation. I'd rather not talk about it.
She hesitates, but you can tell she wants to speak.
The thing is, Tirsen Dilius, the old father, the Golden Leaf, he wants me to become the next divine.
Her eyes fix on some unseen thing of darkness.
Beware of gods bearing gifts, divinity, and yet he treated me all too mortal, all too brittle. His was an exercise in power, brutal, like all true power is. His was a lesson, meant to discipline, not to edify. Why would I obey such a god? Like I said, beware of gods bearing gifts. But I do appreciate the sentiment. I'd say we should stop to talk, but I'm swamped. Don't make much of it one way or the other, but the farther we get away from the joy, the better. There's got to be a way off this island. Sure thing, Chief. What's up? One of the gods? Really? Well, look at you go. What did they say? One of the gods said that.
Losa huffs on her fingernails and buffs them on her tunic, smirking.
Nice. So what? You gonna neutralize the threat? Shuck off the liability? No better time than the present, Chief. Tell me what you want to do. Right. I'll be doing the same. Lead the way.